Hiya, I'm Moonspoon, and today I'll be playing some more Death Road to Canada. Today's question is, are you dressing up for Halloween this year? And if so, what are you dressing up as? Answer in the comments below, onto the video. So today I decided to challenge myself by using the perk Friend of Dog. And in this run, I will just be recruiting dogs. And with this perk, it makes it so I have a 70% extra chance to find dogs rather than people, which is super nice. So the way this perk works is you can go into like a pet store like I did on my first run here, and if you see a feral dog with a normal character, you usually can't recruit them, but if you're a friend of dog, they trust you more. So from the pet store, I was able to find 2 dogs. And the first run did not end the best way. As you can tell, I got cornered by a bunch of zombies and there was no dogs to help me in sight, and I died immediately. But this isn't about the first run. This is about my second run of this challenge. So starting off with my second run, they decided to make a little quip about me saying it takes a real strong and fit person to use a sledgehammer well. Almost as if they remember what happened last time when I had a sledgehammer. I was like, yeah, we got this. This is easy win. And it was not an easy win. I got surrounded, my head got too big, I died. But after getting the zombie forecast and seeing what was super great, a pet shop was one of the options for me to go to. And I went to it and I again found some dogs. So the first dog we recruited in this is Deirdre. And the second dog we recruited was Anton. And something else I realized while playing this is that you can set your tactic differently to like fighting, so they actually fight with me rather than just like stand and watch me fight. So I did that. And as you can tell, we was kind of going ham on these zombies. And we got some good loot. So we still got the same wacky scenarios we got from last time, such as like who wants to stay up and watch for zombies. And I decided to give that job to Anton. He seemed like a reliable guy. Until I saw his loyalty. Afterwards, we went to our first trader camp. And it wasn't much good here, but I did eventually get some food so I can get a shotgun. And back on the road again, and we are approached by another dog. And I decided to let Michaela join, being the 3rd dog member of our group. And after recruiting her, we had the scenario saying that we were like stuck inside the sewers. Never know how they do that, how they end up there. But we have to sprint through and it's dark and it sucks. And always with these missions, give a person you recruited the flashlight so you don't have to hold it out yourself. So as soon as I spawned in, I also made sure that our tactic was to run and not to fight. And yeah, here's a little speedster of me running around until we eventually found the ladder exit. And a scenario I've never seen before popped up, and the dog threw a tantrum, and for some reason everyone's morale increased from that because I thought it was funny. The next stop I went to was an apartment row just so I can find a lot of supplies. I was looking mostly for food because now I have more mouths to feed and we had no food. So I took my time searching places. The dogs are super helpful in helping me fight any zombies that are around us. And we eventually found some really good stuff. So another scenario that we had to deal with is that there's a barricade and there's like some group of survivors that don't want us to pass through, and the person to send out is extremely annoying, and for some reason I never get a good outcome with this, but I decided to look at my stats and I was like, who can I pick? I was looking through and I eventually picked Michaela. It was really funny. They said she isn't really capable of speech, so she just kind of sat there and did dog stuff. And everyone was amused, everyone's morale increased, and we was able to get through without getting hurt. Afterwards, went to another place that was during nighttime, so I gave one of the dogs a flashlight, and we got some more supplies. Then we got another scenario about finding a book, and it's like who should read it, and I decided to share with everyone, and everyone had skills that increased. One of them that was kind of concerning was Anton's shooting increases. And eventually the car broke down and I decided to try punching the car thinking that it would work, and to the surprise of everyone, the car actually like started working again. Next place I decided to go to was the barn rescue, and I thought this was going to be the barn rescue with the people in it, but it was the barn rescue with the chicken. So this is really interesting. When I went to the bathroom of the barn, a magic genie showed up because I opened 100 toilets in the game, and I decided to leave it for now and think about what I wanted to wish for, because it's a genie, and genies are kind of, you know. And I also accidentally hit the dogs and myself with a grenade because I forgot how grenades work. Sorry, dogs. Eventually, I saved the chicken, we went back to the genie, and I decided to ask to be rich, and look at all the food that came out. A few zombies came out as well, but like with all the dogs and chicken and firepower I had, it wasn't much. And in total, the genie gave me 25 food, which is insane in this game. And then afterwards, I decided to also nuggify the chicken, even though we had lots of food. So after that barn rescue, we had a total of 46 food. That's crazy. And then we had another dog approach us, and after looking at the stats with the dogs, I was like, do I want to fully heal a dog with medical kits, or do I want to get a new dog? So sorry, Deirdre, you gotta go, buddy. Afterwards, we went to another trader camp, and there were zombies inside this one house, which was like, okay, let me just get the supplies and run. But I eventually met up with a dog. And another way the perk works is that you can use some dog psychology on dogs, and I was able to get some free stuff from them. Afterwards, we did another siege, and I decided to fast forward just to show you guys, like, these sieges can get kind of crazy. My dogs are getting really tired, and you really just have to know how to move around. But eventually it was over, and everyone was able to escape. So after all sieges, you can upgrade some type of skill point, but I decided to do morale and health just because we lost a bit of health from that siege. We also had a scenario in which we went to McDowell's, and instead of eating the random burgers, we decided to search for a kid's toy, and we got this blue robot. Next, we encountered our last trader camp of the trip, and as you can tell, it had one more day left until we got to Canada, and there wasn't much good there. I just got some fitness upgraded, and we lost our car. As you can tell, we're just kind of running around. Then we were met with another siege, and this siege, it was going well at first until I decided to corner myself. I thought I could go behind the cabin, but I could not. So my character's star died. But luckily for the dogs, they're small and they can kind of like maneuver around the zombies a bit better, so they were able to escape. So then we just had 3 dogs left, and it's like with no one left to journey to Canada, it's like, oh wait, there's still dogs. The dogs can go to Canada. So they do. These little guys right here, they keep running. And after a siege, instead of doing some random skill that they're probably not going to use, I decided to give Michaela an extra health point. And as you get closer to Canada, you encounter more sieges. So that's how this one went. I started off with my 3 dogs and my robot that we summoned, and Anton's on 2 legs doing a remote controller, but he is tired back there. So I decided to try to just do like a weaving motion, because this is a big map. You can weave a little bit. So the weaving was going pretty good at first, you know, we was getting through, we didn't have to fight much, but eventually after the robot disappeared, things start to not go too well for us. So I got attacked a lot, we lost Anton, I'm still running and running, eventually one of them dies again, and when I thought I was at my end, when I thought I was put in this corner, I got the really nice message of the siege is now over. And I was able to see which dog made it, which was Michaela. You know, it really helped that, you know, I gave her that extra max health, I guess. So then we are hit with the scenario, the end of Death Road. It says that Canada is just north of here, and we got this. So I decided to show kind of like all that I had to do to get up to this point. So I'm speeding up this first part. It's just me weaving through zombies. You know, you find a hole and you can run through it, just do it. It's super helpful for the end, because as soon as you meet the Canadians, they start helping you fight. You know, you got the moose fighting and everything. So I'm just getting a few little hits in, keeping my distance, letting the Canadians do their thing. And things look like they're getting kind of scary, they're getting pretty close. But that moose is like pretty strong and pretty sturdy. Yeah, we had 1 Canadian die, that was fine. But then eventually, you know, the Canadian robot comes out and helps us. So afterwards, it's like pretty smooth sailing from there. And eventually, after all the zombies are kind of defeated from that area, you're free to go to Canada. So I got a little achievement for actually beating the mode, and I'm super surprised that I was able to get this dog across into Canada. It was super crazy. I had no clue this was gonna happen in this video. But that is all I have for today's video, and until next time, see you guys later.